Hello, beautiful human family. Today we're going to be talking about the magic of nature and the magic of the elements themselves, and what better place to do it than in this beautiful place. Now, I've talked about this before, and I'm going to link some of these videos below, but I want to go deeper into what it is to actually deeply connect to nature, to the earth, and to the elements, and what that looks like in action. One thing is the choices that we make in harmony with the nature around us versus against it or in competition with it. For instance, when we make this simple choice to recycle something, all of a sudden the earth receives us caring about her best interest. And this choice allows us to receive the land on a deeper level and to see things about the land on a deeper level that we weren't previously open to because we were too much closed in our field to only see ourselves. When I made this simple choice today, all of a sudden I was able to see this perfect tree that was hanging there with kind of like a trunk-like bed that I was able to lie on and experience all the different bugs and ecosystem, and these beautiful ducks came right next to me because I was living in harmony with the planet instead of in competition with the planet. And I was able to receive the frequency of the planet and the vibration of the planet in my heart on a deeper level. When we make choices in harmony with the planet and we begin to attune to the planet and her best interest as well, and really explore and immerse ourselves in nature, to get in the water, to get in the mud, to really just sit on a rock or a tree, or just take the moment to give love to trees and putting your hand on them and feeling their bark, feeling the textures and the sensations and the feeling state. You can let nature in through your heart to feel the physical frequency of the nature, the consciousness of trees, the consciousness of water. You can visually meditate with things like water and watching the vibration of the water in its movement. You can meditate with things like sand by feeling the sand in your hands and by feeling the stability of the sand, or lying on rocks or sitting on rocks and feeling the rocks pull your vibration in grounding closer to the earth. Rocks pull down, sand pulls down, whereas things like mountains are going to bring your vibration and push you upwards towards spirituality and towards the sky, into a more of an expressive kind of feeling. Whereas trees are just channels of energy that cleanse and kind of purify, and they really allow us to stay in the middle ground vibrationally on Earth. Now, when we want to take nature in and use the magic of nature, we need to understand that it depends on how our aura is towards them. If we're closed towards nature and in our own world, and we're not really receiving it or taking it in, we need to practice feeling a sense of love and gratitude and joy in our heart for nature. And this is going to open our aura towards actually receiving the experience of nature instead of being in opposition with it. When we allow ourselves to understand that the elements in and of themselves are magic and are a channel of energy that is some of the highest vibrational frequencies and access points on this planet. Things like water, things like fire, things like light, things like trees and natures and plants and crystals, they all emanate on a consciousness, and our conscious beings in and of themselves. And the difference between a conscious being like a crystal or an element like water is simply the consciousness is a lot more ecosystem based and a lot more organism based in multiple levels of consciousness, versus a crystal being has more of an ego and more of an expressive kind of nature, and its desire is a lot more focused, whereas the elements are a lot more serving because everybody touches water and everybody comes from water, or fire interacts with just about everybody as well. We can allow nature to raise our vibrational frequency by allowing nature to come into our frequency to such a degree that it upgrades our frequency to the consciousness of this element and the magic of this element. So we can literally become the frequency of water when we get into a lake by really allowing ourselves to feel such a level of gratitude and to really observe the ecosystem within the water, the feel of the sand within the water, to observe seaweed or watch the movement of the water. Really receive and take in the texture of the water against your body. If there is a subtle smell to it, the colors that the water is emanating, and really allowing the frequency of the water to penetrate into your heart and into your physical vessel, to meditate with it and to become the consciousness of the water to such a degree that you allow yourself to receive the wisdom of the water and upgrade your frequency of the water. We can then go one step further and either become the portal of manifestation by allowing the water into us and becoming it, and then going out into the world and manifesting and creating things, or on a thought and a feeling base, once we're in the water's vibration. So it has a vibrational field and you have a vibrational field. And just like any relationship, when you open up to take something in as a part of yourself, and when that thing then envelops you and opens up to take you as a part of it too, you're in relationship with the water on a deeper level. You're taking it in on a deeper level, and you now have access to its vibrational ability to create. Think of it. Everything on this planet was born from water. So just like we can manifest from source itself, we can manifest from physical things around us like water, like the frequency of water. We can put our intentions into the water to update our body by drinking it, or we can, one in meditation with water, one in meditation with fire. With fire, you want to really smell it and visually see its movements and go into a visual meditation with it. Water is more like a feeling-based meditation. Earth is kind of like a being kind of meditation. Anything like sand or rocks is just being physically in its presence. Water is similar, but it's more of a full body kind of experience. And air is just breathing. Really practice smelling and breathing into your lungs and feeling the movement of the wind and going to places that are windy, or going into appreciation when you're in a place that smells better, or a type of season like fall or spring where the air is a lot more active and it carries a lot more scent to it. And when you're allowing that element, that part of the earth, whether it's an animal, whether it's a tree being, into your vibrational aura, into your field, when you're allowing it in and becoming it, that is your moment where you can now pour your intentions for your life or this planet and really visualize things coming your way. Creating things. You can focus on experiences that you feel that you're creating or moving towards already, and calling in specific things into your life, whether it's people, whether it's a specific person, whether it's a relationship, whether it's abundance, and really just allow those things to come through you by allowing yourself to take in the element, the meditation of the element, upgrading your frequency to being that water, being that element, and then focusing on the emotion of as if you already had that person, how good it would feel. The emotion as if you already had that abundance, because you can literally access abundance in any moment just by appreciating and feeling gratitude for everything that is, for nature, for anything you're interacting with, for any positive things that you have access to, whether it be nature, blue sky, air. Some of the most basic things that we have access to in our life, like water or sunlight, are some of the most sacred vibrations and some of the most greatest forms of abundance. And when we can focus on the abundance that we already have all around us, like love, like air, like sunlight, like sky, like rocks, like everything we have access to, we attract more abundance into our life. And we can access the field of the physical world around us by physically using an element to physically call things in. And every single person on this planet is connected to the elements. And abundance in and of itself is connected to the elements in a super intimate way. So instead of going straight to source to manifest, you can manifest with the earth, with the elements, and create with their magic.
The sun, chariot of fire, burning with desire as he runs the race.